I'm gonna pass it. Hold on.
I'm Jason.
This is
You just said I am. All right. Hi, this is Jason.
Adam, Chris,
Johnny, Luke.
and Luke.
Oh, come on! You said no answer.
The last guy.
Hi, I'm Brad. No. Hi, this is Jason.
Adam, Chris,
Johnny, and Luke.
from
AM Taxi.
What's going on? Hi. Well, there was definitely a big chunk of the new album that's from the two EPs. They were tunes that worked well live that the label liked as well, and we liked, and we reworked them, kind of sort of the way we've been playing them live to do the album. And then there was 3 or 4 new ones that we slipped in there as well. It was kind of an easy process, because the songs had been changing from live shows. We kind of get bored playing things the same way, so we'll change them up live. So that had already been happening. I guess pre-production had started once we started playing shows. Technically. What is the phrase? If it ain't broke, break it. We try everything like over and over until we're sick of the songs, and try every little angle until we've figured out what we think is the best way to play it. It's kind of a grueling process.
It is a little confusing, just because there was the way that I would play it live for, forever, and then we did the album, and certain little things changed, and then you don't necessarily listen to the album all the time. We do practice a lot, so then it's like you go back and you're like, oh yeah, we did that, and then the question would be, at what point, at which show do we switch over to playing it? Like at the end of Tanner, there's one little change where we hold one chord for an eighth longer that we hadn't been doing, but we did on the album, and then that was it was we couldn't decide exactly which show we're all going to start doing that. That was the thing. So I mean,
We should go to the New Way June 8th when our record comes up.
We don't stand a chance. June 8th.
Who?
In stores everywhere.
Who?
AM Taxi.
Never heard of them.
I don't think it really changes much, because at the end of the day, it's the same tune. We don't change anything too drastically. It's just a little part here or there. Sometimes we like to throw in a Temptations cover in the middle of the song for no reason.
That's noticeable.
That's a little noticeable. Yeah.
Something to tickle the listener's ear,
There you go. Well, we bust into Ain't Too Proud to Beg by Temptations once in a while, in the middle of our tune Shake, Rattle, and Stall. Kind of it's not really a medley because it's just 2 songs.
Yeah.
But what do you call that?
A toodly?
A tribute? No. What do you call it? The modulation?
No.
It modulates into the other song?
No.
It's pretty cool one way or the other.
It's a mashup.
Well, yeah, that's true. We wanted it to sound kind of timeless in a way. That's why we recorded it live. The 5 of us, we played together to tape instead of doing it, one guy at a time to a computer. We wanted to record the way the records that we loved were recorded. And I don't know. I think we may have accomplished it. We're a little too close to it to tell, but that was the goal for sure. Now that we've done it this way, there's no other way we could record. This is the way to do it.
Yeah, totally.
Well, I don't know. I guess we sort of we figured out what works and what doesn't. But then again, I'm not sure. I think we sort of figured out that listening to the new record versus the EPs, that playing it live together does in fact make a huge difference, and you can hear it.
I've started a side project. It's heavy metal polka, and it's called I think it's actually gonna be called Johnny Don't and the Low Men, but it's all heavy metal polka featuring native Bavarian instruments.
What tunes are you covering in this band?
Well,
I don't want her. You can have her. She's too fat for me.
well, we're doing some pretty sick, some really, really amazing Supreme stuff in the style of heavy metal polka. But it's really great because we can do all sorts of different things. We'll do Radiohead, and we'll do Tears for Fears, and Mr. Mister, and the biggest one we do though is definitely, I would say, what's that band? Flock of Seagulls. Flock of Seagulls is a huge heavy metal polka hit. I'm telling you. Just saying.
So I had to get that on my camera as well. I learned you can't have candy for breakfast every day on the road. It's not good for you.
I don't know. Just it's good to get into a routine, I guess. It makes everything flow a little smoother. You know, routine. That's the key word. But it's not boring. It just makes it all that more fun. What'd you learn, buddy?
I learned.
Polka.
I learned that chairs can't swim.
Yes.
I learned that deep breathing is a good thing.
I'm going to be the serious one. Well, we're all friends at home, and we all practice and play shows around home. But with touring, you know, we learn how to be more of a team and whatnot, and live with each other in a stinky van every day, miles and miles and miles a day, and it's great. We're really enjoying it, so we feel lucky.
True that.
Jason also learned how to deal with 4 assholes.
Which is these 3 and Phil, because I'm awesome. I'm the nicest person.
And his hair looks good.
That's it. I learned how to blow dry my hair. That's what I got.
I don't know. We kind of came from sort of different backgrounds, I think. You know, some of us it was a bit more straight up punk rock, and just sort of kind of rough around the edges. And especially John and Luke, the Schmidt brothers, when they started jamming with us, you know, it was a lot more, you know, they had a little bit of an education about that kind of stuff. And so stuff got a little more depth to it, I guess, you know. So it added a little bit more to it than just the straight up rock and roll.
I learned that playing with a really good drummer makes my job easier.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Well, that's
I already knew that, though.
no, but thank you. That's awesome. Okay, I think this is coming in on the mic. No, but I learned how to. All these. Come on, man. I'm trying to be normal here. But all these guys, like they taught me basically how to play for the song, because other bands I'd been in, you know, prior to this, I was kind of all over the place. So I don't know, this band I play for the song. It's when I'm not playing. I've learned on the drums. I drum, by the way. But yeah, play for the song, not for yourself. Okay, this is cheesy.
I like you said what I'm not playing. That's good.
I learned that 2 totally different groups of musicians can have very different senses of time and feel, and still both be right. You know, I mean, it's like totally different ways of playing. I mean, even when just down to even very small details, like with this band, we started playing. We only played half-hour sets, and I had never played a half an hour set in like the previous 7 years. Every set I played before that was 45 minutes to an hour. So I mean, it was just like you can have 2 totally different worlds within musicians, and they can both be perfectly right and correct and totally different. And so there's this whole idea with musicians that, like, this is the way or that's the way, and actually there's like a bunch of ways.
Are you talking about music or quantum mechanics?
I was actually talking about how that you can know the position or the direction, but not both exactly.
Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Very nice.
Everybody, you know, is kind of a multi-instrument. What is it? How do you say that? Instrumentalist. You know. So I don't think any of us get offended if Luke says, you know, Jason, try this bass line. Usually, it's a really cool idea, and I'm not offended by it, because we all have, you know, good ideas of what sometimes. I don't know if it's like a better idea, but we're never offended if somebody else has a suggestion or whatnot, and that's pretty cool with us, you know.
That goes back to the if it ain't broke, break it. You know, try everything from every angle. You know, not really. We kind of do it one day at a time. I mean, we sort of have more, I think, short-term goals and long-term goals at this point. We're just enjoying every single day and every single thing that comes along. I'm still writing a little bit here and there, but at this point, we're just really excited for the show that's happening in that town, whatever town it happens to be that day, you know.
You have those couple little zygotes, you know, little songs we've been playing for like 2 years already that probably could have, if we had finished them, been a shot for the album, but you don't have any lyrics or anything for them, and we just kind of run through them. They're like just little germs of songs. They're not really, you know, done, but they're still floating around, but we don't really work on them that much. Something awesome.
But yeah, like biological warfare type shit.
On your ears. Ah.